Howdy do there, ladies and turds, to this very short, tutorial video here. Today I shall be showing you a little trick or tip, to use with Metroid Prime 1, Metroid Prime 2, and Metroid Prime 3 here. Now, this doesn't apply to, these like the original releases of the games. I'm not sure, there might be another way to do it, but the one I'm going to be, this code that I'm going to show you, works only on the trilogy that was released on the Wii, the collector's edition or whatever. I don't actually have a physical, collector's edition because it costs like $1 billion. It's going to let you play the HyperMode difficulty in all three of these games right from the start. But basically, if you don't want to replay these games, like a second time to unlock a new difficulty, here's what you do. You need, the trilogy, like I said, the Metroid Prime Wii trilogy. You have to make sure you have that, either physical copy or, download it on your USB or whatever, like I have it. Then you need a hacked Wii, soft-modded Wii. I'm not going to show you how to do that, just look it up, videos on YouTube or something, but you basically need the homebrew channel. And then third, you also need USB loader GX, either installed as a channel on your Wii or like through the homebrew channel, as an app on your SD card. Once you have all that, come back to me and then I'll show you how to actually do this. Because it was very confusing, trying to figure this out. I spent a few hours trying to, do the research. But now that I know how to do it, I'm going to make a video because I don't think anyone else has made a video on this topic. I am not at risk if you bamboozle your Wii or, blow it up or something. But if you do it carefully and, whatever, it should work for you. It just, like I said, beforehand, make sure to look up another video, how to get the homebrew channel, soft mod your Wii. Get USB loader GX, maybe the latest version. I think I have like 5.1 or something. I'm not sure what it's called. And then also, once you get that, continue watching the video and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so now that you have, the homebrew channel installed, as well as USB loader GX, either as a, WAD or like a channel on your Wii, what you want to do is go here to geckocodes.org. I'll have a link in the description, but you're looking for the Metroid Prime Trilogy, like basically cheat code database here. Make sure you have the correct version too. I'm playing the NTSC US version, so I'm going to click on that. And what we are looking for here, remember to use this here, GX flush hook. This is very important, keep that in mind. But the reason we're using these codes is because of this. We're trying to switch the difficulty in Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. We need these codes because we're looking for this. Difficulty modifier, that's Metroid Prime 1. Difficulty modifier, Metroid Prime 2. And then difficulty modifier, Metroid Prime 3. These three are important. And like I said, I'm not sure if there's a code or something for the original GameCube version, but this only works on the actual trilogy with all three games in one on the Wii. So what you want to do after that, once you have this, download it as a text, TXT right here, and you should get this here called R3ME01. Once you have this downloaded, just double click on it right there. And now here's the important part right here. Just open it with like Notepad or something. Yours should look like this, if you just downloaded it and opened it, it should look exactly like this. Here's the difficulty modifier. Here's what we're looking for, difficulty modifier, Metroid Prime 1, press left. Remember, that's also important, the press left part. But this is what confused me and, why I'm making this video, so it's easier for people in the future to follow. But here's what you do. You see this X where it shows right here? Your code is going to look like this, and like the third line basically at the end it's like 000 and then X. So now here's the important part at the bottom here. If you want to play on normal difficulty, change this X to 0. If you want to play on veteran mode, change it to 1. If you want to play it on hyper mode, change it to 2. So that's what we're going to do. Remember, that's the only thing you have to change in this file. The X to 2 right here. Do that for the Metroid Prime 1. Scroll down. So you find Metroid Prime 2 as well. Right here, difficulty modifier, Metroid Prime 2. Exactly the same thing. Change the X to 2. I already did that like I said, but it would have been X here. Change it to. Pause the video if you need, if I'm, kind of going through this quickly. And then Metroid Prime 3 as well. Difficulty modifier, Metroid Prime 3. Change it right here. This would be X. Change it to number 2. And then that way you have hyper mode unlocked basically right there. So now what you do is file, save, and you have your thing saved as, the way you want it, basically. You know, this is what you need, this is important. And now the next thing you need, keep this file like open, you know, this folder wherever you have it saved, and go to your SD card on the Wii. Take it from your Wii, your SD card, and put it into your computer. And now that you have that, make 2 folders. One called TXT codes right here, you know. Make a new folder named this. I already have it right here. And then make another one just called codes right here. I already had the codes folder, so I don't really have to do anything with that. But the TXT codes folder, what you're going to do is, you know, drag and drop your thing into here, the cheat code file. I already have it here, so I'm not gonna like replace it, but it's the same thing basically, you know. If I open it, it's, you know, got the values changed. And so yeah, now that you have it in your TXT codes, you're basically done on the computer, you know. And so what you want to do next is actually take your SD card and put it back into the Wii and then turn it on. Now that you have the SD card into the Wii, you know, make sure that you have the USB loader GX on here. If you don't have this channel, then just use the homebrew channel right here. You know, press start, and then you'll probably have it here in your apps, you know. Like I said, watch some other videos, you know, how to install homebrew stuff and channels, and you should have it like somewhere in here like I do right there. So if you want to do how I did it, then, you know, just get this, find a way to get it. I'm not going to show you how to get it, just Google it. Find another video or something. But once you have that and you have a working, you know, Metroid Prime Trilogy here on the Wii, this won't work on the GameCube versions. This will only work on the Trilogy here. You go into the settings, click on Game Load, and scroll all the way down over here where it says Ocarina, and make sure this is turned on like that. And then the hook type, if you saw, you know, in the little like list, the gecko codes or whatever it was called, change it so it says GX flush. That's different, I think, for every game or something, but like I said, when you saw it on the website, it said GX flush. So I did that, and if anything, you know, this might be important too, 249, but I'm not sure, your game iOS or whatever, and then just save it right there, and then go back and click on Ocarina here, and here's the cheat codes that we, you know, downloaded, and they're all written here. So what we're looking for is the difficulty modifier. Here's for Metroid Prime 1. If you want to turn that on, then just turn on right there. Then look for the one for Metroid Prime 2. Do the same thing from off to on. And then also difficulty modifier Metroid Prime 3, you know, from off, turn it to on. And you can do the other cheat codes too if anything, but I don't do that. I just want to, you know, play on the hyper mode from the start. And then you just press create. The file has been created, press OK. Go back and then start the game, you know, and the game should start normally like this, as you can see. If you get a black screen, I do that sometimes. I just updated my USB loader GX or whatever, and it fixed. And you know, it took me 10 years, but it worked. And then once you're in the game, this is what it should look like. Here's my save file right here. Now I've already finished Metroid Prime, the original, like normally, and so I actually unlocked hyper mode. So here's how, if you would play it normally, like I already beat this game once on the Wii, you would get hyper mode unlocked at the end. But if this is your first time playing, then you're gonna see it like this. It's only gonna be on veteran mode right there. You see normal and veteran, and I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to spend 10 years, you know, playing the game multiple times. I just want to play hyper mode, which is, you know, the hardest difficulty from the start. And I actually got this cheat code working with Metroid Prime 2 here, my save, and so that's what it's supposed to say. And so I'll start a new, you know, file for number 3, and I'll show you actually what it looks like. Here, if you're starting, you know, a new game, it will say normal or veteran. So right now, just click on veteran, and, you know, just wait. Basically, just wait until the cutscene is over, and you can actually start playing. I'm gonna cut the thing here, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so every Metroid Prime game will start, you know, similarly, and what you have to do, this is Metroid Prime 3, play as far as you make it, you know, so you get to the save station. In Metroid Prime 2 and 3, I believe your save station is right at the start with your spaceship. So just go into your spaceship and put save right here, you know, and then basically reset the game after you are finished. And then you'll see what happens. Once it's done, hold on, make sure, you know, it doesn't get like interrupted or anything. Game has been saved, all that good. Press the middle button and press reset to reset, you know, the game. Or you can just press the reset button on the Wii if you're playing on the Wii. And then wait for it. And like I said though, make sure you play as far as you put save. you know, because that's very important. Put save first and then reset the game. And now that you're back at the menu, you're gonna see that, you know, nothing basically changed. You still have veteran mode and stuff, you see? Right there. Metroid Prime 3 is that bottom one, GFS Olympus. It still says veteran. So now here's where the like cheat code comes in. You see this? Now what you want to do, hold left on the D-pad right here on your, you know, the Wiimote. Hold the left D-pad button and just hold it. And then click on your save again. This works on either new game or like loading the game. The reason I did, you know, save first is so you don't have to hold, you know, the left D-pad button throughout the entire cutscene. But I found this works, you know, the best. Just keep holding it from start to like now until you start moving, you know. Just have the Wiimote held, the D-pad, and then you'll see what happens. Let it, you know, do its thing, let it load. Hold on. It's getting there, it's getting there. But here's where the magic happens. You know, now that it loads, you can let go of the D-pad. I think it might work if you just click on it, but I'm not sure. This is what, you know, I had success with. Go back into the save one more time. Save again. You know, basically when you held the left button, when, you know, on the thing, when it said press left, that's what it meant. To activate the cheat code, you had to press left. And so that's what we did now. And so if everything went correctly, if I reset the game one more time, we saved, we should be now in hyper mode. We should have unlocked, you know, the HyperMode difficulty. And we didn't have to replay the game first to do that. And so now let's check. And like I said, this is a lot easier, you know, first waiting for all the cutscenes to like finish and then going to the save and then doing it all over again so you don't have to wait through all that. But like I said, the most important thing is changing that value from 0 or from X to 2 and then, you know, doing this. And there you go, you see that bottom right there? It says hyper mode. And so now if you play the game normally, it'll be on hyper mode right there from start to finish. You see? And that's what I'm doing with Metroid Prime 2 right now. I'm playing through that. So yeah, I hope this helped everyone, you know, this video. Because I didn't know how to get it to work and stuff, you know, and I wasn't sure like what I was doing wrong because there doesn't show anything on the screen. It doesn't say anything like any numbers or anything. You know, there's no indication that you did it aside from that. And so I hope this helped, you know, because I don't think I've seen any videos on YouTube showing how this is done. But that'll be that. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your Metroid Prime, you know, trilogy here. You can do this with all three. It works as long as you know, like I said, change those values from X to 2 and then hold left on the thing. And now every time you load, you can, if you want, you can turn the Ocarina thing off, like the cheat codes, you know, from the USB loader, and it'll still be in hyper mode from this point on. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Here's one more tip, one more fun fact. Go to options, click on controls, and sensitivity, turn it to advanced instead of basic or standard. That way you'll be able to control, you know, your Wiimote freely, and it'll feel a lot better, you know, when you're like controlling Samus's like arm and stuff and shooting and whatnot. And then also make sure lock on and free mode is on, or free aim. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you, and see you later. Goodbye everybody. Goodbye.